Hello everyone. Let's wait for some time. Let's join. So hi everyone. My name is Shivanshi and I'm an Alpha Microsoft Learn student ambassador. And today we'll be learning about setting up your VS Code environment specifically for web development. So let's get started with it. The first step to set up your web development is to install VS Code. And let's just click on this link or just go to code.visualstudio.com and just click this big blue link for Windows. If you have a Linux environment, you can go here, or if you're on Mac, you can go here. And yeah, that would be it. I have already installed my. Okay, yeah, I've already installed my. Yep. So once you install your Visual Studio Code, you'll see something like this. This is the welcome page. This is the basic thing. This is the new file. This is an open file, open folder, run a command. And these are the recent projects if you have Visual Studio and you want to open something else. So first of all, let's make a new repository on GitHub. If you don't have a GitHub account, I suggest you make one right now. And you can just go to your repository, then you just click on this new repository button and we will name it. We will name this. And we'll add a readme. We will let it be public so that you can all see it afterwards. And there's no need to add a get ignore or a license right now. Let's just click on create repository. And this will be the initial commit of the repository which you've just created on your profile. The GitHub profile looks something like this. This is a personalized readme which tells people about me, how they can reach me, and what my skills are and my stats and some of my pin repository and my activity and my contributions. So this is how a README should look basically. So now let's just go into our repository. And what we'll do is we will clone this repository using Visual Studio Code. But before that, let's configure VS Code. So this will be a welcome tab. It looks different for everyone, so don't it looks all the more same, but a little different on other devices. Now let's run Control Shift P here to see all the commands we can run. Let's do Control. Let's see that there's a lot of commands you can run. You can and this is like an overview of every command VS Code has within itself. Let's see what an interactive playground is. This is an interactive playground. So it says that what VS Code has, it is a very interactive code editor. You have IntelliSense, you applying actions, formatting, code folding, JavaScript, and emit. So one of the most important support is emit, which takes HTML and CSS editing to the next level. So just click on that and see. So this is emit. This is already installed, I guess. And it tells you what your errors are in your code. It also gives you line actions. It tells you where a bracket ends or begins. It also maintains formatting, and you can see the spaces clearly. All. So let's see what. So this is Emmet. Let's say, for example, you create an unordered list, and there's a lot of list items. So Emmet can make that task easy for you. But you just have to write this command and press tab, and it can just, we'll see this. This is an Emmet cheat sheet. You can clear on docs.emmet.io and type cheat sheet, and you see how it works. It's given everything in a doc. Now, let's go on VS Code extensions. You can select the extension tab from the side navigation or with the shortcut Control-Shift-X. So what we'll do, these are some of the buttons. This is a search button. This is a file explorer. This is a run and debug. This is source control. And these are extensions. So one of the main I would tell you to install is Live Server. Let's search server, right? And what it does is it creates a local development server for static and dynamic web pages. So whatever you type, you'll see how we use it in the reviewer. And just to install this, one more I would tell you to install is Prettier, which is a code formatter. So it just makes your code look a little bit organized and better. So this is all the basic setup of VS Code is for development environment. Let's build something. We are building expanding tabs. So if you want to read about it, you can just go here on my blog, and I have written this the whole thing here, but we'll build it right now with the help of GitHub, and also we'll post it on GitHub pages for everyone to see. So what you have to do first here is, let's go to your file. We have nothing open as of right now. This is empty. And what we'll do is we'll click on code and we'll copy the HTTPS. We clone our repository into our local machine. You can just click on clone repository. You can either search on GitHub, like this is this game right here, or you can just, here I'll put it on desktop and I'll open this. So right now we have nothing inside our repository. As you can see, we have nothing. We just have a README, and we have a README here too. And it's just getting books. So let's create some files. I'll stop my video because I think it's lagging. Just a second. Yeah. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll close this README right now, and we'll create some other files. Let's create a basic and then create a bit of JS, and this is kind of beginner friendly project. If you know a little bit of JS, you will be able to make this easy. So the first thing here would be to create a boilerplate, right? What you can do is just Emmet or does the work for you. You can just there you have your boilerplate code. So today I think we'll be making expanding cards. And let's link our style.css and our script. So for that you can just go title and just say Emmet does this plot for us. It says that this is a style sheet and the reference is style.css right here. And now it's suggested not to put our JavaScript file here because it might load first before our HTML and CSS. So we are for us to do a dot script. And let's put an H1 here. What you can do is you can go here, you can say copy path and can just or what you can do is I told you to install live server, right? So you can just go here, right click and open with live server. Now you can see that they have given the shortcut here. You can click these keys or you can just open with live server. You'll see it opens it for us ourselves. So any change we make, like let me make and it automatically updates our thing and we don't have to see our changes. So for now, let's just let's see how now let's start with our body. I'll just make it a little smaller. I'll close this tab. So it is kind of easily visible, but I need a full page view. So we have a body and we try, let's make a div with a class container. So to do that, you can just do a dot creates it, or you can go the old fashioned. Or you can dot container if you want. Doesn't matter. It gives the same result. So this is beside this, we'll make 3 panels. So as you can see, we have some panels right here, and we'll make this right. So let's create some more panels inside. So I'll do a day. Now I will inline internal CSS and I'll style something else outside. This is we're using internal CSS right now for background image. I I usually get my images from Unsplash. It's a very nice website. So I think I'll take this as the first image. I'll copy the image address and I'll track. You can always do an Alt Z so that everything is on the side. Right. Now, now right uh, mountains, I guess. It is inside an H3 to be specific. And you see we have something like this, but we don't know what this is right now, so we're not breaking. I'll make another panel. I'll take this image, I'll copy this address, make another day. Right here, and I'll here again, and I'll do a background again. So this is another day. Let's make another one named name. What do we have? We have grass or something. Let's name this. Just keep on hitting tab since I'm at all justice. Whenever I'm at justice, I made 3 days. Let's add 3 more, I guess. Let's do it. You can just do a copy paste, whereas no rules per se. Let's do this and let's do a copy image. I want to scratch, that's why we are doing like this. And this is where our div ends. I'll do H3 again. I need panel again. Let's see. I'll copy this. I'll copy this. I'll change the URL. Oops, what happened? Okay. So whenever you do a mistake, what Emmet does is it highlights it. Highlights your mistake so you can see. And seems, yeah, extra brackets here. Yes, we have. I don't think we have fixed a mistake page. You can see the color here and here is different. So what did we do? Style is equal to, and it's highlighting our mistake that we have done something wrong here as earlier we scribbled right here. We've done here is we have not put buttons, and yeah, see now our mistake has been rectified and the colors are back to normal as they were. So let's Now let's go make another div again. How many have we made yet? I've made one, two, three, four, five, and let's make the last three again. It's a very long process, but it will be worth it. Let's do a copy image. Less chances of making a mistake. To now our HTML part of your project is complete. We have taken one, two, three, four, five, six divs and we have placed them inside our HTML file, and we have also put it on a live service to track our changes. Now let's move into our CSS part. For that, let's do some fonts like a custom font. This is the best one to find, and I'll choose one. There are a lot of fonts. Then go into categories and categorize for yourself. You can choose language or font properties. You can also zoom in and you can write a custom sentence to see how it looks. I'll choose Roboto. And I can also choose multiple fonts. So I've chosen this and I'll go back and I like to, so I can go here. I can choose this and I'll go on import site. I'll just copy this and I will just, okay, I am doing Alt Z again so that the text wraps. And so add this custom font into my project. Let's do a font family. See, a font has changed. Or if you want to try fonts change again. Yeah. That's how you use fonts.google.com in your project. So let's fix it. Do Flexbox is a very development. So I suggest everyone to do it. Now let's do line items center and header record. And everything is in the center of our project. We used a display flex, justify content center, and align items center too. So let's do a margin. Tell the emit tells us that we are putting margin of a tab. Let's do. Hmm. So you can choose from here. It already tells you. Oh boy, now the color has changed. It also has an RGB picker. So if you don't like it, or maybe you don't remember the hex code, you can just always pick color from here. I'll pick something little lighter than white, not exactly white. Uh, let's go to container. So to pick up a class, we do a dot. Now it's showing some squiggly lines and we can just hover over it and see what it's saying. It's saying do not use empty rule sets, which means that we have taken an event of class container, but we have not made any changes. So the moment I write the lines are gone because now it knows that we have assigned some properties into the container. So we have, let me see if I can make this smaller. Let's see. Uh, these are all like small now and in a display text because we just made changes in a container. Respond to that way. Now let's confirm what happened. So saying we have made a mistake here somewhere because it's red, but we have not added the properties inside. So it also changes the color right here. If you made any mistake, it also lets you know that. Now let's take Canon. So what the essence of this project is, we have some expanding cards. So whenever we click on one card, it expands. And for that, we use JavaScript and we add some classes into our HTML so that it does that. And we'll see how it goes. So let's do the size of the image. Decided. Now you're seeing the whole image inside these divs. Now we'll do a back to center. So the back centered. Now we'll do beat to know the beat. So and we've done that. Now let's specify height. And our cards have taken some kind of space. And let's do a border radius of, let's see a curve on our borders. Let's make the color of the text. Let's do a cursor pointer because we have to click it so the person knows that we can click this button. This is not functioning right now because we have not done it, but you can see the cursor is now a pointer. You can also have a lot of cursor styles and you can always go around and check it. And you can, what VSCODE also does is it gives you an MDN reference. If you open it, you can see we have been taken to MDN web docs and you can see we have a cursor help, we have a cursor wait, we have a cursor crosshair or not allowed or zoom in or grab. So whenever you feel like you're stuck or you don't know what this property is, you can always hover over it and VSCODE will take you to MDN web docs. Now let's do a flip. These they have expanded. Let's see what one does. What it does. So this was somewhat our original. So by default, the flex is 0, but we image and position have taken inside. Now it's taking a bit of space. So, yes, I like to. So let's. And you can see we have a little bit of margin. Let's do a transition property on these panels. They are going to, we will change the flex property to expand them. So we'll do a transition. How it looks. So as you can see, our expand, I press save or I can do a reload. You see them in the transition. Um, let's style our H3s, which are these texts. Let's put them inside the panel. We can do a dot panel H3 of any panel. Suppose if you want to take, uh, if there was another property inside it, you could just do a panel and take that property like this. So let's do uh, yeah, they're relatively bigger. If you want smaller, you can do that. Okay, let's do them in the bottom. So we can do a bottom there at the bottom and left. Yeah, it's kind of centered it, but not really. Hide the panel. Let's do opacity 0 because when the panels are closed, we do not want the text to be seen. So now we active inside our panels. So when we want the card of 5, which is bigger than this right now, and we want to be around 80 pixels by ourselves. Let's put, so this would be a card with a mirror. And what we also want to do is we want to show the text when it's expanded. So if I remove 0.5, let's do, and let's take our H3 and we will tell a pass that it's seen. And we also want to transition on file. If I add, we can see now our text is also displayed and the card has also expanded. But it doesn't do this when we click. So for that, we need JavaScript. So if this is clear, let's move on to JavaScript. We can also like customize this, but this is not like mobile friendly. If I just do this, it will cause some errors while expanding. So we can also add like, you'll see them. We, so let's work on our JavaScript ID and I'll do, it's a node list, so we can go through for each. listen, we want to listen to is click. Because when the panels are clicked, what we want to do active classes, if there are any active classes or any panel, we'll write function for it and what add in the class, have to add a class of so save it. It won't do anything because we have an active class right there. If I back to this, it's doing nothing because we haven't defined our remove active classes right now, or we haven't traversed through all of them. Let's do a function. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah. So let's do a function is dot we want here is click expand, add event listener. Panel dot the class of active so let's see. And there it is. There is our expanding cards. So what we have done here in our JavaScript is we have added event listeners and we have added an active class whenever we click it. So we can do an inspect here, or you can press 12 to open this. So yeah, so you can see right here, you can see there is a class active on our first panel. Let's click the second one and you can see we have transitioned the active class to the second panel and we have removed the active class from the first one. We can do this for all these. Yes, we have added the same image twice, but that's okay. And you can see it automatically does that with the help of JavaScript. So this was our project. Now let's configure this for small mobile devices, I guess. So you can see that the cards are very small and you cannot see the full picture. So let's fix it for that. So we'll add a media query here. See the weight is shown right here in the corner. So this is good. If it gets smaller, then it's kind of messy. So I think we'll do around here. We'll add something around here. We'll do right here. We'll select 4. Yes. So what happens is if the width is smaller than 480, the 4th and 5th panel disappear. So this is our project, and let me do it smaller. Go here. Uh, yes, it's small. Yeah, you cannot see the panels right now. So you can see just 1, 2, 3, and 4 panels. But when we are out of that range, you can see all of them. This is the point. So yeah, that's now let's just push this code on to our GitHub and let's post it on GitHub pages. So you can now you can do this here, but I like to do the activity via terminal. So I'll do a terminal. Zoom in. So I hope it is visible. So we have this project, and we have added 3 files. So to add it or it to track our files, we can do it tracks all our files for us. So now you can see if you hover over it, it says index is added. And now we can do the thing. And it says that we have created these files and we have changed these. And now let's do a git push. You can go into this repository, do a refresh, and you can see your files has been added. Now let's do open settings and go to pages right here. So hosting GitHub pages is very simple. You can do a main, you can do a save, and your site is ready to be published. Add this link. That was it. We'll wait for a little while to see how deployment has worked. Okay. So I guess it's taking a little time to build, but once it's done, you can see the host project right here. And yeah, you'll be able to see it right here. And like I have hosted projects using GitHub.io, so you can see environment like this, which is active, and you can see a view deployment. You can see the whole project is hosted on this theme, and you can share it with this link to anyone. Let's see our project if it's still isn't working. Mm-hmm. I guess there is some issue. Okay, yeah, you can see it's right here. You can see the changes in the files you've made right here. Yeah, now our page is published. You can do an active. Yeah, there you go. Our project has been deployed on the GitHub pages. And you can just share this link to anyone. I'll share it. Okay, the chat has been disabled. I'll enable the chat first. And you can see this. Yeah, so that was it for today. We'll close this and we can just go on GitHub and just click this and I'll just put it here. So you can just click the link on here and go and check out this project of ours. I'll change. So suppose like we have made a mistake here, right? I've added something else to our role. So let's do a landscape and get this road photo back. Do a copy image address and change it. Suppose we made a mistake. Let's go and check it through live server. Okay. We fixed our mistake. So now that we fixed it, we can just go to the terminal again. Mm, again. And you can see we have made a change 15 seconds ago, but it won't be visible very quickly. Let's wait for a few seconds. See that the changes have already our project. So I'll, you guys can go and check it out here. You can go on details and check here. The page is being built. And the page is built. The page is built and our website is ready again. Okay. And you can see the change here. Our road image is back and project looks better now. So I'll stop presenting. If you guys have any questions, I'll enable the chat box. Save it. Yeah, to enable the mic. So if anybody wants to unmute and say something, you can say. So, okay, yeah. So if no one has any questions, we can end this. So I will be sending the certificates on the group and you can take them from there. And thanks for attending this session throughout. And I hope we can have more sessions on technologies and interact with each other more. We'll be active on the group. So if you have any questions, you can also ask me in the group. So I'm gonna end this and stop recording. Thank you. Thank you for coming here too.